What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys, and we're going back to their 1986 album, Please. I wanted to give a shout out to Seb again. Not only did he share this album with me, but we also have B-sides coming. So before we go on to the next album proper, there will be more material from this phase, initial phase of their career. But yeah, we're up to the next tune on the album, Please, which is called In the Night, which, it makes me think that there's been a few songs so far. Tonight is Forever, Later Tonight, now we have In the Night. So it feels like in some way it's more than just an incidental theme or a setting for one of the songs, but is a sort of running theme, and perhaps the way in which, at night, generally speaking, when people are more of their own devices, meaning they're not at work, they're not, in a commute, but they are often at home or at least traveling home. So yeah, it makes me think that during those times one is more inclined to reflect on the state of your life in a broader sense, emotionally, interpersonally. So in that sense, the setting of nighttime or looking out at the moon or, sharing a night with someone or, looking up at the stars with someone, these sort of settings feel more emotional, they feel more potentially romantic or intimate than sitting on the freeway or, in your office cubicle at work. So yeah, it makes me think that, again, the setting of night and its relationship to people and their interactions and relationships with each other, it was more than, again, just a passing idea, but was actually a theme. And again, the last few songs have almost felt like a, chapter by chapter progression, if not specifically about one particular set of characters in a proper concept album, at the very least in a way that they're running through a series of ideas or themes that are associated with romance, love, sex, and so on. So bottom line, when I see a tune following Why Don't We Live Together called In the Night, and given what we've heard already, I wonder whether this could maybe be a tune where this new living arrangement among people who sort of found a passion for each other right out of the gate, connected with that passion, but then continued and let it flower into something more, and now it's become something truly special and they're living together. Maybe In the Night could entail or characterize what their nights now are like, living together and sharing this space, physical, emotional, and romantic. So I do wonder if it could be a continuation of both the night theme and essentially the chronological narrative of this, if not specific, hypothetical couple. So yeah, I'm curious to hear the beats of this one. Obviously, it could go in a totally different direction and be unrelated to the last couple tunes, but let's find out. This is Pet Shop Boys. The track is In the Night from their 1986 album, Please. Again, their bass lines. I'm not crying out of one eye, but wow. Yeah. Ooh, little horns thing. I'll admit, sonically it's not where I thought it might be.
What you gonna do? There's a lot of people coming for you. Zazu, can't tell who. I knock on the door in the night. That Zazu, he don't care. Dark Christmas, long hair, takes his time. Smears a man, some great people.
I do expect great synth bass lines at this point. That transition is great. This section is fantastic. Thin line between love and crime. Isolating the bass line, really letting it breathe. I'm not sure if it's Zazu is, I don't think he's talking about Zidane Zidane, but it's like bongo feel to the percussion there. Those angelic touches are just perfection. Incredible. I don't know what that one sort of sound was. It sounded like it could be sort of a minigun, but it also could be like, like a typewriter or some sort of, rapid, like industrial machine. Either way, I love that. It took a little bit to like unfold and get to the really like epic sonics, which I enjoyed. Like I enjoyed the whole song musically, but when it got to that section where the sort of angelic, like rising, sort of quasi-vocal synth layers would come in, it really went to another level, which is, again, their composition is something that I'm noticing as I go through this album. It's like, I like the pieces, but I like the way the tune unfolds, which again, as I'm reacting to different deep dives. It's something I've said a number of times about Tears for Fears, the way their tracks, they're not static, they're not sort of just cookie cutter and sort of, by the numbers. They sort of unfold and bring in elements, halfway through the track or even later that didn't feature in the first part of the tune. So, I do like their composition as well, the Pet Shop Boys. So, lyrically, I'm not quite sure. I definitely don't think it's what I was thinking in advance. I don't know, like, if this Zazu is, like, related to an actual person or it's, like, a nickname for someone who, is being referenced specifically, or if it's like an idea of a person and it's describing what he's doing in different situations, and perhaps because of that there's lots of people coming for you. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the character, but it doesn't sound like they have their life in like a fully like respectable order. Going to bars and drinking and sort of talking about all and more on top of that. I'm curious, so let me know what's going on with it in this one. I'm sure a number of you have insightful takes. Again, it's funny, as I go through groups where I don't know the catalog, it's interesting because not only am I working from sort of scratch when it comes to hearing a tune for the first time and thinking about what it might be about, but then I hear it and I don't pick up on all the lyrics, and then it's been an interesting process trying to gather lyrics more specifically and concretely than I used to when I would listen to an album for the first time. Not that I didn't ever focus on the lyrics, of course I did, especially as I got older. But it's like I never kind of like made myself articulate verbally after listening to a tune for the first time what it may be about. So now that I do that regularly, it's been a really interesting process. I enjoy it a great deal. But yeah, it does ultimately sometimes make me feel a little vulnerable because I'm sort of like, wait a minute, like I was saying this and that and this before the track. I don't think that has anything to do with it whatsoever. So I feel like this was an example where what I was thinking in advance, which admittedly was based on a little bit of what had come before, I'm not sure that was running in the right direction. But do let me know if you got an angle on this one. Let me know what you think of the Sonics. I will see you next time. Peace.